Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. It's the middle of the week. Wow, this week went fast. All right, I'm still sharing. So just let me know when you're in here. There you are. Good morning, Annie. Good morning, Andrea. Good morning, Auntie Jean. Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. All right, let's go into our hearts. So, hand on the heart. Slow down the breathing. Now add in the love, the most important ingredient. And the last step is to put a smile on your face. Smile at everybody. But most importantly, smile at yourself. Let yourself know that it's a great day to have a great day, isn't it? How's everybody doing? Oops, I see that we're not the pea pod. We are Morning Cuppa. Let me just go change that. There we go. That's better. And who else here? Josie. Good morning, sweet Josie. And is Ricky here? Somebody call in that sweet pirate. Catherine DeSanti. Mary. Good morning, Mary. Happy Wednesday. Good morning, Joanne. All right. How's everybody doing? It's warming up here, so I'm very, very happy about that. No more freezing me out, and though it's a little chilly in the mornings, so I had to put on my warm and fuzzy house coat. Good morning, Brookie. Thank you for calling in, Rick. Yeah, we have to have our Ricky in here. All right, well, let me see. I don't even know what the angel said last night. Owning your emotions. So let's get to the message. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, finish each day and be done with it. You have done what you could. Some blunders and absurdities no doubt crept in. Forget them as soon as you can. Tomorrow is a new day. You shall begin it serenely and with too high a spirit to be encumbered with your old nonsense. I love that quote by him. And boy, isn't it the truth? So this is a new day. This is a wonderful day. A shift has taken place. Doors are opening. The angels say that timelines are collapsing. I'm not sure what all that entails, but it feels big. It feels like there's a lot of completion. And as I look at projects that have been on the burners for me, I see them removed with ease and grace. Publishing 2 books this year took more effort than I thought, but once I stopped trying to control things, they both fell into place. Midnight Calls even went to number 3 in 2 different categories. The only reason that is important to me is that it shows up ahead of others when someone searches for books on angels or channeling. The messages contained are potent, and I wish the whole world could read them. It was a huge lesson in trust and in letting go of the controls. Now it seems that the angels have additional work for me to do, which I will reveal when they give more instructions. Dear angels, the shift that is taking place feels like it's like going through a tunnel. I've always taken a deep breath when driving into a tunnel. I'm not sure if I can exhale just yet as I gently move forward. Dear ones, honor what you are feeling and what your intuition tells you. When you stop resisting, the needed pieces fall into place. There are times when your feelings masquerade as fear, when it is really anger that you are holding back. Ask yourself where that feeling is coming from. Now send the love. Accept yourself and your human emotions. You came to Earth to experience, and emotions are a big part of learning and soul growth. Speak the truth about how you feel, even if it is hard to process, especially if it is hard to process. The understanding you will gain is what will move you to a higher level of mastery. Dear angels, today I promise to own my feelings. That's a tough one sometimes, isn't it? Owning our feelings and being real and honest about them and saying how we feel and even letting others know. Anybody ever hold in your emotions? I'm getting my cards here, sorry. I definitely was one that held in my emotions, and it was a learned thing because when I was a kid, we couldn't express emotion. So it took a while to trust anybody that I could show my emotions to. Good morning, Sally and Tony. Good morning, Kathy Hand. And Deirdre's here. Isabel is here. Hello, hello. Got the family all coming in. I'm so happy that you're here this morning. Cheers to everybody. And Joanne says, yesterday in particular felt like a huge shift. Like all of a sudden, I saw the world through different glasses. That's exactly what it felt like for me too, Joanne. I know we had a full moon. I know that makes a difference a lot of times in our emotional state and how things are going, but this just felt different. And that's what I shared with the angels last night as I was sitting with them. This just feels big, if that makes sense. You know, how sometimes something shows up and we can know that there's a different phase of the moon and that affects us. But this felt, it felt so much bigger than that. And so, yeah, I think there is a shift happening, and I think we can all be aware of it. And yes, Deirdre, I remember that you felt the shift during our world peace meditation. Absolutely. All right, so what does Kuan Yin say? Blessings bestowed. There is no end to the Divine Mother's ingenuity and grace. No obstacle can obstruct her generosity and protection. So get used to the feeling of the joy of knowing something truly precious is going to unfold in your life. Nurture that feeling like you would the readiness for spring in your heart. When winter is upon you, you know it is coming and you anticipate it with such pleasure. So get ready for the blessings. Get ready for, I keep hearing endings. I don't know why. There's just a real energy of completion. Things that were hanging out there that seemed like they took forever for us to get to and to get to the result. They just seem to be showing up now, and it's almost like bubbles are bursting. It's done. There's an energy of being done. That's what it is. And I don't know why. I don't understand it. I don't know what shifted or what changed for us, but I'm going to go with the flow. You know, when we resist change, doesn't do us or anybody else any good, because that resistance makes the change harder to integrate into our lives. When we accept, align, allow, then everything is working perfectly. Julie Kiss, good morning, sweet one. Catherine Kovacs, hello, hello. And Sally says, always, I've become much more aware of my emotional sides, need to release tears and energy that don't belong anymore. Don't bring it into your now moment. This is what I always say. If there's baggage, if there's stuff that you've been dealing with, even yesterday, if anything changed, anything happened yesterday, and you woke up this morning and you're still in that fog, just put it down. Put it in a balloon and send it away, or put it in a bag and be done with it. It's over. It may not be completely done as far as experience, but the feeling, how you responded, if it brought you down, put that in a bag and say, nope, I'm not going to carry that into my now moment. I'm not going to let it affect me in a negative way. Kathy, I've been feeling a shift of lightness since Saturday. Yeah, there's definitely a light that came in. Leo, good morning. Much love to all. And oh, thank you, Leo. Yeah, I don't want to do a day on Earth without all of you guys there with me. I just love you, and I love being here with you. And sweet Julie, you loved the pea pod yesterday. I did too. I was telling both Ruth and Teri afterward that we need more of those just sitting around the table talking type of meetings and sharing, because, I love the pea pod because it's not a structured question and answer type of show. It's just, let's talk, let's talk about what's important. Let's talk about things in today's life that we need to talk about that nobody is saying. So that's the pea pod. And I'm so happy that you watched it, Julie. Thank you for watching. And Sally says, I lay it out there on the yoga floor with the intention of Mother Gaia transforming it to pure white light energy. Yay. Auntie Jean, I stood under the full moon last night and released all the negativity to the beautiful moon energy. I'm so happy you did that, Auntie Jean. Well, the angels aren't done with giving me tasks to do. And so I'll go ahead and announce the latest and greatest that they have shared with me. Good morning, Robin. So yesterday I kept getting a nudge and I'm like, I don't want to hear this, angels. I don't know what it is, but I know you want me to do something. And sure enough, they shared with me that I am to make a workbook for midnight calls and dawn arises. I don't know what all that looks like yet. I know that Dr. Ruth Anderson is going to help with it. So we're going to co-author a workbook. And then as I brought it up to Teri, who was on the pea pod with me yesterday, she goes, well, it's supposed to be a 3-part. So there's going to be a workbook, and Ruth and I are working on that already. We talked about it over dinner last night, and it will be pulling topics from the messages and doing a little workbook for you to work through with the messages from the angels from Midnight Calls. And then the 3rd book is a journal, a standalone journal that you can use to write out the messages that come to you, or journal any thoughts, anything that comes up as you go through the workbook and go through studying Midnight Calls. So that's the news. And yeah, it kept me up a little late last night because they showed me how to pull the topics out. And It's going to happen, you guys. I believe it's going to come together really quickly, and I'm excited about the workbook and the journal. So that's the big news. That's what the angels want, and that's what the angels shall get. Anytime that they get very creative, there's a purpose to it. So we're working on it, and I don't know exactly how long, but it's going to happen. Michelle, good morning. Oh, your procedure was moved up to 1:30. Okay, so that is immediately after the world peace meditation. And so I'll already be in that meditation mode, and we are going to be there with you, Michelle. We are going to definitely stand by and hold you up during that procedure. And Catherine, you were awakened at 3:33 this morning and couldn't get back to sleep. Yeah, I was up at 3:33. And Michelle says that sounds so perfect. And congrats to me and Ruth. Yeah, I'm excited. I think this is going to be so amazing to bring this forward. And it's something I wouldn't have thought of, but it sounds really exciting when you think about it. You know, that book, it's a big book, you guys. You'll see when you get it. I think some of you are maybe getting it today or tomorrow. And you're going to see that there is a lot to that book. So, a workbook to help you pull out messages. And they showed me the structure. So, there's going to be different topics like grief or sadness or loneliness or anger or even joy and oneness, understanding more about cohesion and how to live in a world where we can see each other as part of a family like we are in here. So that's how they showed me to do the topics and then do questions and thinking points about each topic. So Kathy, you know I'm all about the workbook and the journal. Absolutely. Yeah, so it will be a package of 3 books. And yeah, exciting. The angels always make life exciting. So, speaking of books and excitement, before we do the prayers, because today is prayer day, let's see if there's any message from the little angels in my pocketbook. We don't want to leave it out. To Jean, I woke up this morning with the desire to buy a journal. Journaling is a sort of blockage for me, so I thought a new journal would encourage me to write. What a wonderful surprise. Yeah, it's not going to take that long to pull this together. So be patient because it's a coming. All right, so what message do they want to share about this? Let me see. I'm just going to pull one out. And it says, we encourage you, dear ones, to turn your wounds into wisdom. Staying broken only magnifies the tragedy. Rise up, lift your head, and search your soul for strength. Out of the ashes, a phoenix will rise. I love that. Out of the ashes, a phoenix will rise, because we can't be kept down, not even by all of the charring that happens when we walk through our fires of life. It just makes us stronger every time that we go through something difficult, every time something comes our way for us to deal with. It's an opportunity. And I know that's one of the messages. I've read it several times, although I can't put my finger on it right now, that every fire we encounter is an opportunity for spirit growth. And that's why we're here. We are here to understand things more fully. And Kathy says, I am hoping it will help me study and learn how to write and compose my own books. Absolutely. Use that journal to do that. Use it to let your thoughts flow so that you can get into a rhythm and a method of writing them down. And Michelle, you love that message. Me too, Michelle. That's one of my favorite ones. And Kathy says, rise like a phoenix. It's one of my favorite messages. And I think of Colin. Yeah, absolutely. Colin's going through some heavy, heavy stuff. So, yeah, just imagine how high he's going to fly as that beautiful phoenix that got his wings charred. And Auntie Jean wants page 44 read. So let's go there. And while I'm reading these, you all can go ahead and start putting your prayer requests in, because in just a few minutes I'm going to read from the prayer list that we keep going and updating. Put that up there. Prayer request time. All right, page 44 says, once your eyes are opened, you cannot unsee what is real. Take time to help each other understand. There is power in togetherness. Your light will shine brighter when we stand together. I love that. And it's so, so true. Whatever you're going through, if someone else can put their arms around you and let you know that you're not alone, wow, it makes such a difference. Michelle, I'm just going to call you out. Does it make a difference that we are here for you? I know that you've got that coming up later today that might look a little antsy as you approach it, but we're here for you and we're wrapping our arms of love around you. And we want you to know you're not facing that alone. You may walk in there physically alone, but all of us are surrounding you as spirit sisters and brothers, those who love you so much, and we're going to hold you through it. And Michelle says, here's a saying, if your path demands you walk through hell, walk like you own the place. Absolutely. And keep on going. That's another saying. If you're walking through hell, keep on going. And Julie says, hope everyone has a wonderful day. She is off to physical therapy. Well, Julie, we are keeping you in our prayers and praying for that miracle to happen. I had a miracle show up yesterday in my own life. So, yeah, miracles happen every day. Never give up. I'm reading page 22 for Mary. Good morning, Charlie. And 22 says, by embracing your shadows, you come face to face with your vulnerabilities, your fears, and your insecurities. In this journey, you discover that even within the depths of darkness, there is a spark of the divine waiting to be acknowledged and integrated. My friend Debbie says, without your spark, no, how does she say it? Without your dark, you don't know your spark. So, yeah, let that light shine through whatever darkness is showing up for you. And Michelle says, all your support and love from everyone makes a huge difference, and I'm so grateful. It will be crowded in there. It certainly will be. So I know you're going to feel us. We're definitely going to be there with you, Michelle. Just feel into the energy and just let it happen. Let it be with ease and grace that you go through that procedure. All right, so thank you, Sally, for offering prayers for the lost, the lonely, the forgotten, the unloved, And today, for those who can't find their light. Thank you. And Deirdre's offering our daily prayer for all humans, for Gaia and all who live on her back, for world peace, attention to human trafficking, and support for parents of addicted children. Thank you, Deirdre. And Joanne is asking prayers for baby Eris. He goes to the dentist today. They could not do procedures last week as he had an infection that needed treating with antibiotics before the dentist could do work. He needs to have a back molar and bottom tooth removed. Praying everything goes smoothly, and we are going to set that intention for Eris, set that intention for Michelle, that everything is working perfectly. And I know it is. I know that it's all in God's hands, and we're just going to be there to stand by and hold space. All right, so get the prayer list going here. And thank you for praying for Michelle. I appreciate that. And Sally said, it's like turning the light on in a dark room. You see everything, so be prepared for anything. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so let's get to the prayer requests. If you have any to add, just please type it into the comments. If you have any updates on any of these, let us know what they are. If there's people who have gotten their miracle and we can take them off the prayer list, then let's do that and celebrate their win. We celebrate every time somebody has a win. We're going to celebrate Michelle after today and her win, and little baby Eris. And it's going to be an amazing, amazing experience because I believe in miracles. And I know that this is going to be a miraculous day. All right, so here we go. All right, so we are praying for all the P's for peace. I think I need to take this off. Hang on. Yes, all the P's for peace. That's all of us. For attention to human trafficking through Save Someone's Child, and support for parents through Guiding Grace. Oh, absolutely, Michelle. You just keep those beliefs in the miracles because they are happening. And Sally's adding a dear friend who is losing their business and will close the doors by December. Thank you, Sally. We will lift up your friend. And Auntie Jean says, I like that plaque I see sometimes that says, when I put my feet on the floor in the morning, the devil says, oh, darn it, she is up. I believe the devil does say that about you, Auntie Jean. Because trouble is some of our middle names, and it's in a good way because we're not going to stand by and just take anything that comes at us. We're going to believe and trust and have faith in miracles. So we're praying for Prachetta, Kachir and Goofy, Mina and Neil, Navriti, Jasmine and her family, Billy and her family, Sheila and her family, Gary, Loretta and Cecil, and all their sweet daughters, Nola, Joanne, for John and Jackie and sweet baby Eris going through one of his fires today, Dolores Cook, which is Joanne's mom up in North Carolina, LZ, Elaine, Deirdre, and your daughter and Thump, Deirdre's sister Steph and her husband, Adriel, Joni, and her son John, Carl, Viola, Tia Fernetti, Mickey, Suzanne Millard and her family, Jacob, Marietta and Ed out on the water somewhere, and Raquel and Claude's family, Leo Harley and your family, Lakshmi, Ken, Jim, Ryan, Josie, Tom and Mary, Tammy Williams, Meg and Jim Lorio, and Meg's sister, Jean and Ron Lorio, and all the Lorio family, Mary Lou Burdick and her family, Catherine and Michael Kovacs, your family and your fur babies, Rosalind Good Vibes, and Mary Crincoli's asking for prayers for her family, Sally and Tony and Rose De La Rosa, Kathy and Bob and her children, and Bo and Candy Hand, Michael, Patty, Sonia, Paul and Marlene, Joe and his wife, Pat Moss and all of your family, Becky LaFave and Travis, Erica Hoppy and her family, Corinne, Charlie Coons and all of your family, Charlie, Hope Wellington Marshall, Zena and Hope's parents, Winston and Cynthia. We haven't had Hope on in a while. I'm not sure what's going on, so let's lift Hope up really high right now. Andrea Gregg, Catherine, Eric, John, Tatiana, Annie Seven and Grayson, Annie's Aunt Carol, Cassandra and Destiny, Luz and her family, Christine Lewis, Gail and Nick Zimmerman, Jennifer and Micah, Oksana and her family, Herb, Caitlin and Aunt Gail, Isabel and all of your beautiful family, Beata and Juliana, Linda Lemieux and her family, Linda Sprend in Sarasota, Stacy and Josh Lord and all of her family, Mary Lord, Buster, Wayne, Blue Jean. Blue Jean's not with us yet this morning, but we're lifting her up, and all of her babies, her husband, Dolly the horse, Chance the horse, Lindsay, Aunt Inga, Rose Sermon, Gary McCorkle, Brookie and your beautiful family, Brookie's Aunt Jeannie, the Girardi family, Jeanette and Ernie, Sean, Lillian in Norway, Kathleen Caputo, Baby Wyatt, Baby Haven, Baby Divine, and all of their families. Kat, Steve, Candy and Pastor Bruce, the Deerfield Valley, Diogo Leal, Alba, Dottie and Don, Grace Isis and all of her family in Kenya, Raymond, Darren Walker, Arthur Thompson, Karen Palmer, her mom and her daughter, Vicki King, Elaine Armstrong, Elena, Marianne, Henrik, Lorraine, and John, Tammy Fisk and her family, Lori, Kelly, Rochelle Martinez and her mom Rose, Stephen, Catherine, Dr. Ruth Anderson and all of her family. Pray for them as they are making that move to a new home and all that entails. And her sister-in-law Sharon, who is not doing real well right now. Jeannie's sister Merle, the area of Boulder where I'm currently at. Deb Goldberg and her family, Michelle, Crystal and Dean Nobles and family, Laura Hill, Julia Osborne, Sharon Rhea and family, Sherry Gatewood and her brother-in-law, Anaya Hummingbird, Tammy Hill and family, Phil B., Lynn Gallagher, Terry Wilderman and her father, Mary Crincoli, her friends, and added her family in there today, Irene and Eduardo, Eddie Quills, Jose, Michael Murdoch, Jessica, Fidel, Camilla and Nick, Lynn Andriozzi, Frank, Albie, Viola, Kenneth, Bobby, Monsi, Kamal, Maddie, Akil and the Pakistan orphans, Yuri, Scott, Letitia, Mary, Joshua, James, Drake, Alicia Burns, Pam Dite, Kimberly, Ellen, Sue Seekoff and Richard, Dido Clark, Terry Gilstad, Chiara, Marissa, Allie, Bree, Claudia, Mary Ann Pish and family, Cassandra and Danny Gary, Lenny, John Thaddeus Fiore, Kuka Carney and family, Carol Fisher, Deborah, Violet, Walter, Sue and grandchildren, Janie Stamler, Claudel Jackson, Debbie Carol Hawks, Carl, Chris Blake, Dante, Jerry, Kaylee, Trevor Jordan, Richard Weber, Charlotte Abrahams, Michelle Landers. We are lifting you high today, and we pray for your son and your daughter every day as well. Kagan and Wyatt, Barbara Kaufman McGillicuddy, Bradley Capone, Andy, Amanda Summer, Miles and Sarah, Joanne McCann New, Whitney, June Doughton, Carol Gibbons and daughter, Matt, and I think we have a couple of updates. Brookie's cousin Zoe Charles is all recovered from her terrible accident. Erica Fagels from her issue, and I can take them off the list. And Divine is doing well with his new heart. Yay! And we will keep praying for that little one. And Auntie Jean says we can remove Meg's sister. She had a procedure and it's good now. And Meg really has faith in our prayers and grids. She calls me to give me names often to put in the grid. I will be seeing that sweet one, I believe, tomorrow. Sue and I are going to go over and visit. So thank you for the updates, both of you. All right, we have Jerry, Kaylee. Did I do this one? I did this one. I'll go to the next one. James Schultz family, Julie Kiss, and lifting Julie up for complete healing for her arm and her hand, and adding in her mom to the prayers. Courtney, Linda, Ryan, M, Pat, Sophia, Aaron Parker, Angela Kempemans, Peggy, Claire, Carrie Klingon Butcher and her family, Brian Hughes, Pat O'Connor, Zoe we're going to take off the list, and Erica, Yolanda, Selby, Robin Waters Dykes and her mom Jewel, Joey, Terry, Joanne and Leo, Sam, Matt, Charles and Nita, Yusha, Nancy Berdelsky, EC, Terry Newman, Jen and Norm, Keith, Joe H., Ollie the Cat, Marisol Soto, Cassie, Deborah, Tyler, Chad Ehlers, and daughter Mia, Dick Waters, Milton Carbajal, Tomas Diaz, Cameron, Boris Zoffman, Jacqueline and David, Selby Barnes, Odd Barnes, Gunn Ellen Sundahl, Vita Hammond, Maria Mitchinson Higman Simpson, Lisa Jo Davis, Jordan, Lydia, Benedita, Rebecca Stewart Rickardson, Sonia Kay, Miles, Matt, Anjali, Paula, David, the Rowland family, Colleen, Dylan, Richard, Cole Grayson, Jay Briscoe's family and friends, Robert Wallington's family, especially Ben and Joe, JT, Francis, Shauna, Danielle and family, Chris and Natika, Elise, Kara, Pam, Christine and Ed, Charlie, Isaac, Jonathan and Eddie, Barbara and Diane, Kim, Peter and Catherine DeSanti, Mary Jane, Carol Caruso, Val Meyer, Tasha, Jocelyn, Linda Kraft, Eric and John, Darlene Osei, Paul G., Liam G., Pam, Mivan and Vanya, Daniel McGraw, Minor Brumley, Lisa Longest, Rebecca Sherman, Joe Ketterer, Gabriel, Ina, Donna, Courtney, Nancy, Tammy Greco's family, Bailey, Jacob, Mary, Brian, Lily, Gabby Forster, Don B., the Vega family, Laura, Lisa Capoli Matroni, Bobby, Elaine, Shiraz, Sharu, Sandy, Terry Funk's family and friends, Wyndham Lawrence's family, Adil, Laura, Evelyn Smith, Beatrice, Amina, any area in the world where there is conflict, especially where it's really hot spots like Israel and the Middle East, immigrants anywhere where there's confusion and chaos going on. Ashley Miller, Alina, Lana, Graceana, Kim Coles Vintner, Linda Lemieux's nephew Colby, Shoshana, Ilana, Stephen, Keith, Uncle Tony, LP, Adam Holmes, Bob Smith, Chris, Christina and Clint, Janine, Heather, Kim, Jennifer, Cassandra Brown Henry, Tim Smith, Jeanette and Ernie, Hope's cousin Erica in Miami, Mark Hunter, Pat, Ainsley Grace and Mom, the Bradys, Kathleen Visconti, and Betty. And I can remove Lisa Longus. Thank you for that update. And Sally, update on Joe and Ben. Ben's doing great. Joe will be moving in with Tony and I. Oh, wow. He's doing well and back on the right path. Oh, Sally, I'm so happy to hear that. Please give him a hug for me. And I know this has been a tough time for them, losing their dad. So thank you. Thank you for helping him in that way. So any others that you want to update or add to the list, just please let me know. And we lift up everyone that's on this list and any that you're holding in your heart. So please speak to me clearly, Lord. Open my ears to hear your voice. Open my heart to commune with you more deeply. I want to feel your loving embrace. Open the doors that need to be opened and close the doors that need to be closed. So let's pray this together. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. And where there is sadness, joy. We ask for all prayers to be answered for the best and highest good of all. And we give all glory to our Creator. And we lift everyone up going through your struggles today. And we say to you, as we do every day, thank you. I love you. I love you so very much. So let's start those words, those magic words of hope, of encouragement. And the words are, thank you. I love you. So as you all start that, I will ask Leo to sing to us today. All right, here we go. Here we go. Our sweet Leo taking us out of here this morning. It's been a great morning with you already.
Good morning, Earthlings. It's time to get up and get ready because today is the perfect day to have a great day.
Here we go. Come on.
Come on, let's play. It's a beautiful day.
Thank you, Michelle. We love you so much. Just know you are not alone. Thank you, Robin. There's Leo.
Morning Cuppa full of joy every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the AAA. Morning Cuppa full of joy with all the peace and the bar. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning Cuppa full of joy every day.
Thank you, Catherine. Charlie.
Charlie.
And Brookie Brooke. Much love to little Max Man. Come on, you can't sit still while Leo's singing. Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Deirdre. Love you so much. Charlie. Thank you. Joanne, we love you. Lifting up that little Earth today. Full of joy.
There really is no secret. We're simply
accept, align, allow. Triple A, y'all.
Morning Cuppa full of joy every day. Just start the day on the high five, we call the triple A. Morning Cuppa full of joy with all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning Cuppa full of joy every day. Just start the day on the high five, we call the triple A. Morning Cuppa full of joy with all the bees and the pod.
Oh, sweet Annie, love you so much. Oh, thank you. Deirdre's ready for the end. We never leave anybody alone, so we help Leo at the end of the song. Woo! Thank you, Leo. Thank you, everyone who came in this morning. It's always, always heartwarming, always a pleasure to get together in the morning time. I'll be back on in about an hour at 10 o'clock Eastern. Dr. Ruth Anderson and I do meditation excavation. And then at 1 o'clock is the World Peace Meditation today. And 1:30 is when we're going to the surgery place with Michelle for her procedure. And Joanne, I don't know if you told us what time Eris is headed out to the dentist, but please let us know that, and let maybe Eris know that we're going to be there with him, that the angels are coming to be with him while he's having his work done. Oh, thank you, Brookie. Thank you, Isabel. Love you so much. All right, so let's get out of here. Stay in your hearts. Stay blessed. And I will see you later. Bye, everyone.